am sorry I've been so neglectful in posting. I have been busy moving into my new house, and I still don't have internet there. So I'm at my parents' house, and I'm standing in front of this beautiful picture of me and my siblings because I'm going to talk about us a little bit today. But first, I'm going to dispel my first myth. There is a myth that you cannot get pregnant while breastfeeding, and that myth is a myth. You can get pregnant if you're completely breastfeeding as early as 57 days postpartum. And if you're not completely breastfeeding, so if you are supplementing in any way, your fertility can return really early. I've even heard of women's fertility returning as early as 2 weeks. So keep that in mind if you think that breastfeeding is a means of preventing ovulation. It does delay it, but it does not prevent ovulation. I would say on average, I think it's about 6 months that delays ovulation. And for some people, it delays ovulation all the way up until 2 years. So there's some interesting tidbits for you. Now for family planning, a little bit about my family. There is me, I'm the oldest, and then a year and a half later, my mom had my brother Travis, and then 3.5 years after I was born, she was in labor with a big baby, said the doctor, and my mom thought she felt 2 hiccups in her pregnancy, but the doctor told her, no, there's just one big baby in there. And that was before routine ultrasounds. So Ryan, my brother, came out, and the doctor weighed him and said, that's not a big enough baby. Check for another baby. So they found Emily, my sister, in there, and we're preparing for an for an emergency C-section when she was born. So my mom had 4 children in 3.5 years, and I absolutely loved being close in age to my siblings. There were times all 4 of us were in high school together, so that created some interesting friend dynamics and family dynamics that I truly, truly loved. So if you are concerned about being close together in age, having your children close together in age, I know lots of people say that it is super helpful because your kids can play together and have fun together and entertain each other more. But other people say that it's nice to have space in between so you can spend more one-on-one time with that child. So that family planning is entirely up to you. It is not your mother or mother-in-law's role or my role as a practitioner to tell you how to space your children or how many children to have. That is absolutely your choice, and I just tell you when you are fertile or are not fertile so you can make an informed decision. Also, a lot of people ask about the church's teaching in regard to the number of children you should have. Some people believe that if you are Catholic, the church teaches that you should have as many children as possible, and that's simply not the case. The church calls us to be open and generous, but also to be prudent. So prudent considers the health of the family, both the mother and the father and the other children that the couple already has. So their emotional health, the financial health, as well as being able to love and provide for the children that are already in the family's life. So openness to life just means that you know within each act of intercourse that there is the potential for a child. Even if you are choosing days of infertility, you know that this act brings about children, and that you are giving your whole self to your spouse. You're giving your spouse your fertility, and you're receiving your spouse's fertility, as well as their whole person, body, and soul. So there are some myths about family planning. If there are other myths that you'd like me to answer, please post it at the bottom of this video or send me a personal message. Thanks for watching.